Hey, have you ever felt like no matter how hard you try, something is still missing? You chase success, relationships, money, peace, but nothing quite fills that empty space inside. What if the one decision that could transform everything was the simplest one? Putting God first. Stick with me for the next 6 minutes because today I'm revealing the 7 surprising changes that happen when you finally put God first. These aren't just nice ideas, they're real shifts that thousands of people have experienced. If you're tired of feeling stuck, this might be the most important video you watch this year. I'm not here to preach at you. I've been exactly where you are. Overwhelmed, anxious, chasing things that never satisfied. Then I made one radical decision. God first. Not second, not when it's convenient, first. And everything started changing. Not overnight, but deeply and powerfully. In this video, I'm walking you through the 7 surprising changes that occur when you put God first. These changes touch your mind, your heart, your relationships, and even your future. Let's dive in. Change number 1. Your anxiety begins to lose its grip on you. When you put God first, you stop carrying the weight of the world alone. Psychology tells us that constant worry comes from feeling like everything depends on you. But when you surrender control to a higher power, something shifts. You start trusting that there's a bigger plan. I remember waking up at 3 a.m. every night with racing thoughts about money, work, and the future. The moment I started my day with prayer instead of panic, the anxiety didn't vanish instantly, but it began to loosen. You feel lighter, calmer, because you're no longer the one holding everything together. Change number 2. Your purpose becomes crystal clear. Most people drift through life without knowing why they're here. They jump from job to job, relationship to relationship, searching for meaning. When God is first, purpose stops being a mystery. You start seeing your life through a different lens, not what the world expects from you, but what you were created for. Suddenly, decisions become easier. Opportunities that once confused you now feel aligned. One young woman I know quit a high-paying corporate job because she finally heard that quiet voice guiding her toward helping others. She's never been happier or more fulfilled. Change number 3. Your relationships start healing and deepening. Putting God first doesn't just change you, it changes how you love others. You become less selfish, less reactive, more patient. Arguments that used to escalate now lose their power because you're responding from a place of peace instead of ego. Forgiveness becomes possible, even when it hurts. You stop needing people to complete you because your deepest need is already met. Marriages get restored, friendships become more meaningful. You attract healthier connections because you're no longer desperate or bitter. Change number 4. Your self-worth stops depending on people's approval. This is huge. So many of us tie our value to likes, comments, promotions, or how attractive we look. When God is first, you discover you're already loved beyond measure. That unconditional love rewires your brain. You stop shrinking yourself to please others. You stop chasing validation. A man once told me he spent years feeling worthless because his father never approved of him. After putting God first, he looked in the mirror one day and whispered, "I am enough because He says I am." The freedom in that moment was life-changing. Change number 5. Fear of the future fades away. The unknown used to paralyze you, right? What if I fail? What if things fall apart? When you put God first, you trade fear for faith. You begin to believe that even the hard seasons have purpose. Challenges don't disappear, but your response to them changes completely. You face uncertainty with courage instead of dread. This isn't blind optimism, it's rooted in a deep trust that someone greater is walking with you. Let me share a quick story. Sarah was burned out, constantly comparing herself to everyone on social media, and her health was suffering. She decided to put God first by starting each morning with gratitude and scripture instead of scrolling. Within months, her anxiety dropped, she found clarity in her career, and her relationships improved dramatically. She said it felt like she finally woke up from a bad dream. You can have that same transformation. Another example, Michael was angry and distant from his family. After making God his priority, he learned to listen more than speak, to forgive instead of holding grudges. His marriage, which was heading for divorce, is now stronger than ever. These aren't fairy tales, they're real results from real people who chose to put God first. So, how do you actually start putting God first? It's simpler than you think. Begin your day with him, even if it's just 10 minutes of quiet prayer or reading. Make decisions by asking, what would honor God here? Replace scrolling with seeking. When worry hits, pause and surrender it. It won't feel natural at first, but consistency creates the change. Start small today, one intentional choice at a time. The beautiful part is, God meets you exactly where you are. If this message touched you even a little, I want you to do two things right now. First, type in the comments, "I'm putting God first," so I know you're committing with me. Second, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications because I'm creating more videos like this to help you build a stronger, more peaceful life. You don't have to stay stuck. Your breakthrough can start today, the moment you choose to put God first. Thank you for watching. You've got this. I'll see you in the next video. God bless.